Hello, good day everyone. I am Dr. Tinal Bonifacio, the chair of the Mother Baby Friendly Hospital Initiative and the breastfeeding coordinator of the Medical City Clark. So welcome to our benefits of breastfeeding module. So this is very essential for us because we all know that we work in a hospital place, and not only that, this module can be of benefit to our relatives, to our friends, and to our family members who are also breastfeeding. The presentation will highlight why breastfeeding is vital, not just for babies, but also for mothers and even the community as a whole. By the end of this session, I hope that we will all be able to state the advantages of optimal infant feeding, both exclusive and continued breastfeeding, list the special properties of colostrum and why it is so important. We can also describe the main difference between the breast milk and artificial milk and list the risk of artificial feeding. So let's start. Importance of breastfeeding. So siguro po no, sa inyo nagtataka kayo, bakit ba ako kasama sa seminar na ito, no? Bakit ba ako nandito, nakikinig at nagbabasa ng importance ng pagpapadede at pagpapasuso? Wala pa naman akong baby, wala pa naman akong pamilya, hindi naman ako nagpadede nung ako ay nagbuntis. So remember, no, breastfeeding is not only beneficial for those who are mothers, no? Kahit po daddy yan, kahit lola man yan, pag knowledgeable po tayo kung ano ang kahalagahan ng breastfeeding, ma-apply po natin ito sa ating mga kapamilya. And also po, because we are working in a hospital setting, no, we need to be also known of how breastfeeding can help us in our practice as a nurse, as a midwife, no, as an attendant, as an office clerk, kasi po we are the ones who are facing the patients in our everyday duties. So dapat po mas maalam tayo pagdating sa lagay na ito. So both the WHO and UNICEF strongly recommend exclusive breastfeeding for the first 6 months of life and exclusive, no, up to 2 years and above. So ibig po bang sabihin na kunwari nag-breastfeed ka from birth up to 6 months, tapos nag-formula feed ka na after, hindi na ito exclusive breastfeeding, no? So, according to WHO, as long as you breastfeed, no, diretsong breastfeeding alone until 6 months, it's considered exclusive. Pero syempre po, mas maganda kung ipapagpatuloy natin ang pagpapadede up to the 2 years of life, at kung gusto pa po ng ating mga anak, onwards, no? Kasi tandaan niyo po, baby-led ang breastfeeding, ang ating mga anak ang magdidictate kung hanggang kailan nila gustong mag-breastfeed. So the pie graph shows that 45% of all under 5 deaths occur in the neonatal period. So ano po yung mga yon, no? Most babies die due to pneumonia, preterm birth complications, some intrapartum related complications, sepsis, no? Pwede din pong makonsider yon. Ngayon, bakit po important na show natin yung graph na ito? Because breastfeeding can prevent it from happening. As you can see, no, the ones that is highlighted in the orange bar, the 13%, so it has been proven in the following study that if a mom breastfeeds, no, during the first 6 months of life and beyond, mas mapoprotect po yung baby niya dun sa mga nabanggit kong neonatal deaths from the previous slide. So breast milk is nutritionally complete, no? How so? Because it provides all the nutrients, vitamins, and minerals that are needed for infant need to growth. At lalo na po, sa mga panahon na to, wala pang kanin, wala pang solid food, wala pa pong tubig. Purely gatas lang po talaga yung kanilang tinitake. That's why it has been said that during the first 6 months of life, as much as possible na po, water, pacifiers, no, mas maganda less pa po yung paggamit natin sa kanila, no? Mas mag-focus po sa pagbibigay sana ng breast milk natin. Once we do this, no, we notice that the babies grow healthier, no? They are less likely to get sick or hospitalized because of the passage of maternal antibodies from the mom per se papunta po kay baby. So speaking of colostrum, no? So how many of us has an idea? Ano po ba yung colostrum, no? Doc, first time ko po kasing marinig kung ano yung colostrum, no? Ano po ba yan, no? Yan ang point na pag-uusapan po natin ngayon. Bakit nga ba importante yung colostrum? So, yung colostrum po, it is the first form of breast milk that is released by the mammary gland after giving birth. So, ito po yung kung napapansin ng ating mga nag-breastfeed na mommy, yung para pong thick, creamy, no, na whitish discharge or golden yellowish discharge na unang lumalabas sa ating breast kapag ka first time nating nagpapadede. So ngayon, kailan po lumalabas itong colostrum na ito, no? Ang colostrum po, ito po yung unang patak, no, ng breast milk. So approximately post delivery, 2 days post-delivery, up to 4 days post-delivery, dyan ho talagang magpo-produce ng colostrum yung mom. So yung colostrum po na pinag-uusapan natin, it is nutrient-dense and high in antibodies. Plus, take note, no? It's also high in antioxidants that build a newborn's immune system. So, kung isa-summarize po natin tong slide na to, colostrum, immunity. Colostrum, protection. Colostrum, antibodies. No? Kaya po very important na after delivery talaga, may latch po yung mga babies kaagad para makuha nila yung colostrum mula kay mommy. Kasi po, this colostrum, no, changes within 2 to 4 days, as I've mentioned earlier. Magiging na ho siyang yung regular milk na sinasabi po na pinapadede ni na mommy kay baby. So, here's a tabulation of the properties of colostrum and its importance. So, meron lang po akong 5 points, no, that I will highlight on this slide. Number 1, colostrum is antibody-rich. Okay, so what specific type of antibody? It's called your secretory IgA, or what Dr. Charm always mentioned as SIGA. No? So, SIGA saan? No? SIGA siya because it protects the baby against allergic infections and other type of infections na pwedeng ma-acquire niya during the neonatal period. Number 2, colostrum has many white cells. It has been known that white blood cells also confer protection against infection. So, together with your SIGA plus many white cells, mas tumitibay yung resistensya ng ating mga baby pag nagpapadede po. Purgative, no? Once a baby ingests colostrum, no, it helps the GI or gastrointestinal system to clear the meconium. And also, it helps the baby to prevent jaundice, lalo na po pag lumalaki siya within the first 2 weeks of life. Your colostrum also offers growth factors. It helps the intestine to mature. It prevents allergy intolerance, no, and other sickness, no, that might be acquired habang baby po siya. And lastly, colostrum is rich in vitamin A. So, again, no, saan ginagamit yung vitamin A pagdating po sa colostrum? Protection against infection din po. So, kung titingnan niyo po, katulad ng sinabi ko kanina, colostrum, protection. Colostrum, immunity. Protection, colostrum, immunity, they all come together. Kaya importante po na mapatake yung colostrum sa mga babies natin. So, what are the differences between colostrum, no, hind milk, at saka yung fore milk, no? Ano po ba yung fore milk, at saka yung hind milk? Ito na po yung classification ng mature milk, no? So, fore milk, ito po yung unang lumalabas after magpadede. Yung hind milk, ito po yung last part na lumalabas kay mami pag nagpapa-breastfeed siya. So, as you can see in the diagram, no, colostrum contains less fat and lactose and more protein than mature milk. While mature milk, on the other hand, has lower protein and higher carbohydrate content. with the fat content in mature milk being more variable. Eh di po ba nga, ang antibody protina. Kaya po mas madaming protina na nandun sa colostrum compared sa mature milk. This is a picture of colostrum, no? Katulad nga po nung nabanggit ko sa inyo kanina, ang colostrum po para siyang golden yellow in color. Sabi nga po nila, ito po ang milk's gold, no? Kasi kung titingnan niyo po, no, the third day, kung saan very, very high yung production ng colostrum, napakalagkit po niya, no? Napaka-thick, napaka-creamy, parang condensed. Ganun po yung dating, no? Tapos po, as the days go by, nag-iiba na yung consistency, nag-iiba na yung color, kaya ho parang nagiging white na yung breast milk. Kung mapapansin niyo po sa mga nagbe-breastfeed na mami. So, what are the nutrients that are present in breast milk that cannot be seen in formula milk? So, compared to mature milk, no, colostrum has a higher concentration of proteins and immune factors. If we compare it to breast milk or formula milk or even animal milk, no, we see a very huge difference, no? Tailored fit for babies talaga yung breast milk, no? Tingnan niyo dito sa ating Lego. Antibodies, hormones, antivirus, anti-allergies, anti-parasites, and growth factors nasa milk ni mami pero wala sa formula. Kaya po mas beneficial siya. And katulad nga ng sabi ko kanina po, mas madami talagang lactose sa human milk compare sa cow's milk at saka sa goat's milk. So now that we know the basic principle of breastfeeding, colostrum, tsaka yung basic difference ng formula milk versus breast milk, let's see naman, what are the benefits of breastfeeding? So this is just a summary, no, of the benefits that I'm talking about, but para po mas maintindihan natin, I will discuss them in details within the next few slides. So breastfeeding is not only beneficial for the mom, but it's also beneficial for the baby. So what are the major benefits of breast milk to the baby? So I divided it into three. One, for health purposes. Two, for nutritional and developmental purposes. And number three, for emotional and psychological purposes. Let's go on with the health purposes. Okay, breast milk boosts the immune system. So, ibig pong sabihin, paulit-ulit tayo kasi important, no? It delivers antibodies for protection. Remember your SIGA dun sa naunang slide? Yan pa rin talaga po ang primary reason kung bakit beneficial yung breast milk kay baby. Boosting of the immune system. Number two, it lowers the risk for infection. Doktora, paano nga ba nakaka-lower ng risk ng infection yung breast milk, no, kapag may sakit si mommy? Sige, I'll give an example po. Ako kunwari si mom, no? Karoon ako ng ubo, karoon ako ng sipon, no? So ngayon, yung first line protection ng katawan ko, magpo-produce ako ng sundalo, no, para labanan yung ubo at saka yung sipon ko. Yun yung tinatawag na antibodies. Okay? So magtutulungan yung white blood cells to produce antibodies para labanan yung ubo at sipon ko. So ngayon, habang pinoprotektahan na ako ng white blood cells and antibodies, yung kukunting piraso or some of these white blood cells napupunta siya sa breast. Okay? At pagdating niya sa breast, nag-a-adjust siya. Gumagawa ngayon siya ng separate antibody na posibleng mapasa doon sa breast milk. Kaya, kapag ka nadede ni baby yung breast milk na meron ng additional antibody laban sa ubo-sipon, nagkakaroon na ng additional protection para hindi masyadong magkaroon ng ubo-sipon si baby. Nakukuha niyo po yung flow, no? Kaya nga po, it lowers the risk of infection. But, disclaimer, hindi po ine-eradicate. Okay? It just lowers the risk of infection. Kasi marami pa rin po talagang mga factors na dapat i-consider, no? Para talagang totally hindi mahawa si baby, no? Like sanitation, masking, hygiene, hand washing, vaccine status po ni baby, at saka yung severity ng illness ni mama. Okay? Pero ang gusto ko pong i-point dito ay yung general idea kung paano nakaka-lower ng risk ng infection yung breast milk ni mom pagdating kay baby. So, what types of infection? No? Kung mababasa niyo po dito sa slide, no, it is the greatest contributory factor in preventing child mortality. Remember the pie graph dun sa first few slides? O diba, 15%, 13 to 15% ang breast milk, pinaprevent niya yung mga neonatal mortalities. Ito po yun. Okay. Ngayon, with regards to specific illness, no, studies say that breast milk reduces ear infection. Yan po yung may tumutulo na mabaho, no? Tawag po dyan, otitis media, infection of the ear. It reduces respiratory morbidity, upper respiratory infection, pneumonia. So aside from respiratory, no, aside from your upper respiratory tract infection, also breastfed babies, no, they have been shown na mababaho yung risk na magkaroon sila ng asthma, no, or allergic rhinitis. No, kasi po, katulad na nabanggit ko kanina, pagka nag-breast milk si baby, mataas yung allergen protection niya. Breast milk also reduces gastrointestinal illness. O yan. How many of you are familiar with that picture, no? So that's a preterm baby admitted at the nursery, no, with enlargement of the abdominal area, tapos parang nagda-darken na, no, nagba-black na yung skin niya. And further diagnostics, no, shown that this baby has NEC. No, what is NEC? O sa mga NICU po natin na nakikinig ng ating session, no? It's your necrotizing enterocolitis. So problem within the gut, no? Due to very, very fast feeding, no? Tsaka po yung abrupt feeding ng formula milk, no? So diarrhea and vomiting, sumasabay din po yan sa mga GI illness na nakukuha ng mga baby pag hindi po sila maagang napabreastfeed. So a study in the Philippines was done, no, for infants aged 0 to 2 months na kapag daw po nag-breast milk, no, tingnan niyo ho yung ano, yung percentage, 1. Isa lang yung nagtae, no? Isa lang yung may risk na magtae dahil nag-breast milk siya. Compared, tingnan niyo ho yung percentage, no, ng mga hindi napa-breast milk, 17.3. So very, very high po talaga yung incidence of diarrhea within the first year of life pag po less yung breast milk na naibigay sa kanila. So breastfeeding, no, for babies also reduces allergic morbidity. Ito po yung sinasabi ko din kanina. So bukod po sa asthma, bukod po sa allergic rhinitis, meron pa pong isang component ng asthma sa mga babies na very, very, very sikat. No? Yung tinatawag nila na atopic dermatitis. So kung titingnan niyo po yung picture, no, dito, no, yung mga babies po kasi, lalo na pag may family history sila ng allergies, pwede ho silang mag-develop ng tinatawag natin na atopic dermatitis. So it is the dryness, redness, and scaling of the external areas of the face, minsan leeg, no, minsan arms, underarms, na kapag po nag-breastfeed, mare-reduce po yung incidence na magkaroon ng ganyan si baby. Okay. And lastly po, no, breast milk has a substantial and potential long-term health advantage. So, kapag daw po nag-breastfeed, no, decrease incidence of obesity, increase incidence of celiac disease, leukemia, SIDS, diabetes, or minsan yung oral health nga natin, no, mas magiging okay. Kasi syempre po, no, ano yan, dental yung pinupoint po dito. Pag po kasi matagal na nakabote yung baby, no, at risk po siya to develop dental caries, no? Whereas pagka nag-breast milk siya, syempre hindi tayo gumagamit ng bote, no? Mas magiging maganda yung oral health niya. Okay. How about for nutritional and developmental? So, breast milk delivers the perfect nutrition. Okay? Alam na natin yan. Since slide 1, no? Perfect nutrition ang nadi-deliver niyan para sa ating mga anak. Number 2, no? It introduces flavors to the baby. So, Doktora, what do you mean by introduces flavors to the baby? Kapag po kumain si mom, no? May chance na yung flavor ng pagkain na yun ay napapasa sa breast milk. Kaya po at an early age, nakikilala na ni baby, no? Kung ano yung kinain ni mommy at ano yung lasa na yun. So do you believe that, no? Yes, no, it's proven by studies. So for example, no, nag-samgyup si mommy, tapos nag-breastfeed siya. Malalasahan mo ni baby yung samgyup? Well, no, maybe, no, may portion doon na, ay, mukhang ganito pala ang lasa ng samgyup, no? Pero not the full package ng samgyup, ha? So that's the basic idea for that. Breast milk introduces flavors to the baby. Number 3, so breast milk contains essential fatty acids like your DHA and ARA that supports brain development. So, yan po yung nakikita natin na nagkukos ng high IQ, no? Kapag ka po nag-assess, no, tataas ng IQ, pag hinistoryan mo, nag-breast milk kasi, no? Yes, it can, no? That it also has been proven that researches and studies shows that breastfed children tend to perform better on intelligence tests, no? And breastfeeding also, no, kapag sinabi nila na pag mas matagal daw pong nag-breastfeed yung baby, mas focused sa studies, mas focused sa mga work, no, mabilis pong makaalala, makatanda, no. That's because of your DHA and ARA. O, sino po sa ating mga audience ang nag-breastfeed dyan ng baby? O, totoo ba yan? No? Mabilis ba tayong makatanda ngayon? No? Mataas ba ang mga IQ natin sa intelligence test? No? So, I'm hoping na yes ang sagot. So, hands up, no, sa mga nag-breastfeed po natin na members of the audience. So, emotional and psychological effects on the baby. Of course, if a mom breastfeeds kay baby, magdi-develop yan ng tinatawag na emotional bonding. Diba? Kasi syempre, nandun yung close, loving relationship at saka yung strong emotional bond na nabubuo. Kasi the more na nag-i-skin contact si mommy, the more na nagkakaroon siya ng eye contact, no? The more na mas malapit during breastfeeding, nagkakaroon ng feeling and sense of fulfillment, both for babies at pati kay mommy. So, pag palagi ho na nagpapadede si mommy, hindi ho nagiging iyakin ng mga baby, no? Kasi nakaka-feel sila ng comfort, no? They will have a sense of security and trust, knowing that their mom is always there to guide and give them and support them through their breast milk. So now that we've talked now about the benefits of breastfeeding to the baby, how about to the mother? No? Doktora, no? Sa baby lang po ba maganda yung breast milk? Paano naman po ako? No? Siyempre, ako po ang nagpaanak. No? Ako pa rin po ang magpapadede. Magiging beneficial po ba yun sa akin? So the answer is yes, with a 2 thumbs up. No? Beneficial po ang breastfeeding kila mami in terms of short-term advantages, long-term advantages, and pagdating din po sa emotional and practical aspects. So, short-term benefits. Okay. According to studies, no, if you breastfeed early, no, you will have a faster postpartum recovery due to oxytocin. So, what is oxytocin? No, it's a hormone that is produced to induce uterine contraction. Okay. So, pag po kasi nanganganak, no, kailangan po kaagad mag-contract yung matres para po ma-prevent yung severe bleeding. Pag po kasi nag-bleed, no, ng sobra-sobra si mami dahil nga po hindi nag-contract yung matres, at risk siya dun sa tinatawag natin na uterine atony. Yan po yung picture dyan. No? Yan po ay matres, no? Na nagbe-bleed. No? So, paano po maiiwasan yan? Maagang pagpapa-dede. Maagang pag-breastfeed. Ngayon, oxytocin also has its effect sa stress. So pag po maagang nag-breastfeeding si mommy, no, it has been proven that mas maagang nare-reduce yung stress nila, no? Kasi effect din po yon ng oxytocin sa katawan ng female. Ito po, totoo to, no? Sabi nila, no, according to studies, once you breastfeed early, mas mabilis nyo makukuha yung pre-pregnancy weight ninyo. So, weight loss, no? Mas mabilis kang papayat. Also, if you breastfeed early, it will lower the risk of postpartum depression. It also serves as a natural birth control, no? Which Dr. Masangkay will discuss, no? Kung bakit nagiging birth control agent yung breastfeeding. At syempre, no? Pag-relax ang mom, pag-reduce ang stress, no? Dahil sa oxytocin release due to breastfeeding, magkakaroon siya ng more sleep, no? Kaya nga po parang mas okay, mas beneficial para sa kanya. But these are just short-term benefits. Doktora, no? Does it apply to every mom, no? Na kaagad, right after panganak, makikita na niya lahat ng mga short-term benefits na diniscuss nyo. Remember, no? It depends on the patient. It depends on the mom. It depends on the pacing, no? So, kanya-kanya ho kasing pacing yan. Merong mga moms na agad po nilang makikita yung mga effects na yan. Meron namang mga moms na, lalo na ho yung mga first-time moms, ang tagal bago sila makapag-produce ng milk, no? Imbis na ma-reduce yung stress nila, lalo silang nai-stress, no? Meron din mga mommies din, no, na nag-breast milk naman, nag-breastfeed naman, pero agad nagkaanak. So, it is a case-to-case basis po. Pero, these are the short-term general benefits. Okay? So, yes, they can happen, pero at each mom's own pacing time. How about the long-term benefits? So, kapag po proven na nag-breastfeed ka talaga, no, it reduces the risk of cancer. No? Specifically, yan po yung nakikita nyo dyan sa left image natin, that is your breast cancer. Doon naman ho sa ating kabila, no, yung ating parang may bilog na yan po ay ovarian cancer. No? Kaya cancer sa matres, pwede din po yan. Tapos po, breastfeeding also reduces the risk of type 2 diabetes and lowers the risk for cardiovascular diseases. Atake, yan. Kapag daw po nag-breastfeed din tayo, no, you can have stronger bones. Lalo na po kapag nag-reach na tayo dun sa point na bumababa na yung mga female hormones natin and reaching the time na menopausal na. No? So, kapag nag-breastfeed at the early ages natin, good, no? Lower risk for osteoporosis because of having strong bones. And lastly po, pag daw po nag-breastfeed, no, it has a potential reductible risk for Alzheimer's disease. How about for the emotional and practical? O katulad ho nito, nung in-explain ko kanina, no? Kung si mom, nafe-feel niya na close siya kay baby kapag po nagbe-breastfeeding siya, ganun din po, no? Nagkakaroon na ulit ng sense of accomplishment, nabuboost yung self-esteem, nabuboost yung self-confidence ni mom, no? So, ibig sabihin, kaya ko palang mag-breastfeed. Kaya ko palang ibigay itong mga benefits na to kay baby. Sige, pagpatuloy natin yung pag-breastfeed para mas mapalapit ako kay baby, ano? Kaya po, emotionally wise, no? Very, very good talaga yan para sa mga mom natin. Doktora, paano yan? Hindi naman ako mom. Lalaki po ako. I'm a dad, no? Okay, I'm an uncle, no? Or I'm a single person, pero may pamangkin po ako, may pinsan po ako na newborn. Paano naman po magiging beneficial sa akin to? Eto po ang sa inyo, no? convenience and cost saving. Okay, so why so, no? We all know naman po yung prices ng formula milk ngayon sa market, no? Sa mga dads dyan, pag daw nag-breastfeeding si mami, hindi na mabubutas ang bulsa ninyo kasi makakatipid kayo ang laki ng matitipid, no? Kasi imbis na bibili ka ng tig 2,000, tas ang bilis ng makonsumo ni baby. Kung nagbe-breastfeed si mami, no, maaalat mo na yung budget na yun sa iba pang mga gastos ni baby. At the same time, makukuha pa ni mom, no, yung ibang mga benefits para sa kanya. O di ba? Very, very okay talaga pag po nag-breastfeeding ang ating mga relatives and family. Doktora, paano yan? No? Tinry ko naman pong mag-breastfeed talaga eh. Tinry ko naman pong mag-pump, tinry ko naman pong i-latch si baby. Kaso po, wala po talaga eh. Wala pong gatas, wala pong tumutulo, no? Ano po bang mga posibleng mangyari sa akin at saka kay baby kapag hindi po ako nag-breastfeed? So, the following are the risk of not breastfeeding. So, for the babies, no, kabaliktaran, no, mga benefits, no? It may take more effort to bond with the baby. The baby will be subdued to frequent respiratory and gastrointestinal infections. The baby can be at risk for malnutrition and vitamin A deficiency at posible pong mas maging allergic, no, sa asthma, sa rhinitis, sa dermatitis. So yung risk niya for having an allergic occurrence mataas. Milk tolerance, no? That's also a gut allergy, no? And some po, syempre, hindi nila makuha yung long-term benefit ng breast milk, kaya risk sila for chronic diseases, no? Syempre, yung ibang mga babies na naka-formula milk, they may be obese, no? In the near future, they can have lower scores on intelligence test. How about for the mom, no? Posibleng mabuntis, kasi sabi ko nga po kanina sa previous slide, no? It's a natural birth control. So, kunwari, pag nag-formula, no, pwede, no, na mabuntis ka agad. And increased risk for anemia, ovarian cancer, breast cancer, tsaka po yung Alzheimer's disease. So, in summary, no, breastfeeding is both beneficial to moms and babies. Kabisado na po natin yan, ha? Then, colostrum and breast milk both offers optimum protection to the baby in the first few days up to the months of life and hopefully up to 2 years and above. The act of breastfeeding also fosters a strong bonding between mother and baby. And lastly, breast milk is convenient, readily available, and cost-effective for all family members. Okay, so as staff of TMC, no, so paano po natin ma-apply ito sa ating work? Remember, no, we are the ones facing the patients. Both non-medical and medical staff, no, sa atin po posibleng maunang magtanong. Ngayon, dahil po alam na natin kung ano yung general and basic benefits of breastfeeding, tayo po, pwede natin itong maging advocacy. No? Pwede pong tayo na yung maunang mag-share sa kanila, sa ating mga pasyente, para po mas maging knowledgeable sila. No? Kung ano po yung kagandahan na may offer din sa kanila ng breastfeeding. At the same time, no, if you're dealing with patients, no, dahil knowledgeable na rin tayo, no, sa mga steps in breastfeeding, proper latching, etc., no, matutulungan natin yung mga mommies natin sa ward, no? Mag-guide natin sila kung paano pa improve yung breastfeeding techniques nila. At the same time, no, makakapagbigay tayo ng support and comfort sa kanila. Di po ba ang sarap sa pakiramdam noon, no? Knowing na nakakatulong tayo at na-share pa natin yung knowledge na napag-aralan natin dito sa ating seminar about Mother-Baby Friendly Hospital Initiative. So thank you very much po for listening, no? And I hope you learn and enjoy sa mga susunod pa po na modules natin. Rest assured, very, very interesting pa po ang mga kasunod na modules. So I'll see you po no, sa ating future runs pa ng LMT, Lactation Management Training Seminar. And God bless us all po.